when it came to guiding her, I was like, I got you, girl. I'm not gonna let you run into this wall. I'm gonna hold your hand. And then now we're here. We're about I want to say we're at 65%, Del, and then at 100, once the supply chain is executed, then I can look at this as my baby project and then put all, you know what I'm saying?
So Shilean, as a Shilean Lopez, we work together like what since 2020. You're a global supply chain consultant. You have done so much. You've been through a lot, from homelessness to a broken marriage to losing your mom, right?
Yes.
And that you haven't talked about that part yet.
Oh no,
I because I know we got time. We got time. So I want to make sure that the folks know that even though whatever it is that you're going through in life, to Shilean's point, who admits that they were homeless? Who? And then I know friends of mine or people that I've, acquaintances of mine that have been there, and then after when they come out of it, then they tell you, right? And I was
it's
like,
true.
what? Right?
Yeah.
And just the mind game that comes along with that. And I want to tell you, Shilean, that I just admire you being, open enough and vulnerable enough to even talk about this.
I think that we're all humans, right? And life is lifing us each and every way, right? So
Yes.
it's okay to admit when we've been defeated and we're up and down, because you don't know who's standing by you that can just guide you and help you.
And ask for help.
And ask for help. And coming firsthand, where I felt ashamed myself, because I got to the point where I had the house, the pool, the husband, the toys, right? The car, the boat, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So on paper, it looks good. You know what I mean? It looks good on paper, but then, what happened to me after that? The divorce took a tank, and then I went into debt, and a lot of things happened to me that I would have never saw coming, but it's not what happened to me. It's how I reacted when it happened to me. So
you got to say that again. Don't run over that. Wait, Shilean.
Yeah.
It's not what happened to you. It's what?
It's how I reacted to what happened to me. Yes, it's how I reacted to what happened to me. I knew it took me to lose. When I lost my storage, that's when I realized that all I have was what's on my shirt, on my clothes, and in my car. That it brought me down to nothing. But the blessing behind the stripping was greater than anything I've ever had in my life. And it was the faith that I had in God, that no matter what, he's going to figure it out for me, because I can't do it. There was no way I could continue to do it. And I wasn't even trying to pretend to do it. So what did happen? I had this grace over me that I was continuously happy. And when my family saw me, they thought I wasn't taking, it seriously. And it's like, you just like living like this or whatever. But my thought process was so far advanced than what was, you could physically see. I said, no, God's going to bless me and he's going to give me this. And now he's starting to talk to me by giving me ideas that I've never not once had in my life. So that's what really turned there. And it's still going now, where I could be sitting down and then a thought will pop in, and I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. You know what I'm saying? So a thought will pop in, and it's not an idea of my own, but I'm easily able to execute it. And he's providing the connections and the right people who are coming to me. And that blows my mind every single day, because I cannot explain it and I don't know how it's happening. But I feel like I reached a level that all I had to worry about is Shilean prepared? Does she have the information? And I did. I checked off those boxes, because that's what I can control. My knowledge in one set area, the ability to perform and execute, that's what I gained. You know what I mean? So, and then everything else is blessings upon blessings coming in, 100%. Now, talk about my mom. My mom is like, if anybody knows me outside of work, my mom is my soul. I call her my little bird. Like, she taught me how to dream and told me this one thing, it doesn't cost nothing to dream, so like, we would fantasize and play fantasy for hours. You know, I'm like, imagine if we had this, imagine if we had that.
Yeah.
So, you know,
oh, Shilean, you're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry. It's real life. I'm sorry. I'm crying.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's a part of being human, you guys. It's okay for you to shed some tears. If you didn't shed tears, I would be worried. I would be worried. Because you gotta love your mom, right? And if that love person her, is no longer here on this earth with you, how
only been a year.
How are you doing? Is it a year yet?
It's gonna be a year, December 22nd. I lost her a couple of days before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a year on the 20th. I'm trying to keep it together, girl.
Yeah, me muero. Okay, we don't have to talk about it too long. Whatever you want to say.
Oh, okay. So my mom is my driving force. So when you ask me like what keeps me going, and I had promises that I made to her, and that's what I'm gonna see through.
Amen.
Nothing else.
Done.
Nothing else matters.
Done.
That's it.
Done. It's done and done. You made that promise to her, and even though she's not on this earth, she's up in heaven.
Yes.
Right. And she is going to see it come to pass. She's going to help. She's going to give God a nudge up there. She's like, she's going to tell him, help her out. Help my girl out.
No, but you know what? I think my approach and the way I am, I think people can see me, you feel me, and know that they're working with a real person, and I'm here for your best interest. It's not about gaining money. It's not about all that. And just because of what I've experienced, you know, my purpose is to make an impact, and I have just so much knowledge I want to share with everybody about so many different things, and about how things. Don't stress about anything. Like, everybody wakes up thinking that they have to meet, have to look a certain way, have to be a certain way. No, just be you, because that is the greatest gift anyone can have, is if you're just you, because everyone's made uniquely, you know, and if you add your sauce, that makes a difference, you know.
That little secret sauce is you.
Exactly. Yeah.
That little secret sauce. You guys, we're having a conversation with Shilean Lopez, who's a global consultant, global supply chain consultant. And welcome to Glimpse of Growth, you guys. Welcome, Celeste. Thank you guys for popping in. This conversation is I don't think we're leaving anytime soon. Shilean, we still got a few points. We got a few points to make here.
Yes.
Shilean has been through a lot, you know, divorce, you know, homelessness, losing her mom, and just, you know, now starting, you know, she has her own business where she helps people like myself to get their products, because now Dale Reports is, I'm working on a little project, you guys. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm ready to kind of share 100% about that. I'll bring Shilean back on here and we can kind of talk about that. But, you know, to have a tangible product that's a part of your brand, right? And what that looks like, because 2026 is coming. And, you know, this is a part of my goals, right? Of my systems and stuff that I want to change and kind of add in my business. And Shilean has been a very, 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 very much a part of that process. And I'll even say this, like, Shilean helped me develop my current goal, my little, what do you call that? My little logo. You guys see my logo? That's the logo. Shilean helped me come up with that.
Yeah, so it's not only, okay, when you think about me, it's not only just procurement and logistics. I'm also creative.
So, like she wakes up in the morning. I guess she like sleeps at night and not sleep at night, and she's like, look what I thought about. Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, this is really good.
I have to do that to a limit, because and then I start taking over the project, and then
right. I was like, okay, Shilean, all right, I got you. We that's a good idea, but not for right now. Or maybe we can add this or remove this. But the point I'm making is that you're not getting one person that does one thing, right? She when she decides to work with you or partner with you, you get everything. You get everything, right? You're getting everything, and I don't think there's any better way. And the kind of person that I am, those are the kind of people that I'm attracting. You know what I mean? Those are the kind of people that you want around you. Someone that's not only going to look at one way of doing things, but looking at various different ways and giving you an opportunity, right, to kind of make changes and make mistakes mistakes and kind of keep it going and growing together and having those conversations. If you can't have a conversation with something that you agree or disagree with, like, what are you doing with your life, right?
No, most definitely. And I think my
And
ability,
thank you, Shilean. I want to say thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. No, I love doing this. I honestly, everybody that I work with, I try to get a good understanding of what their end goal is at. And then I try to walk them slowly through each stage and then let them know that these are the possibilities that can happen if you take a fork to the left or to the right. And that only came with so many years of doing it, you know?
What she says. What
Yeah.
she says.
Well, and that encompasses, but let me just, it encompasses procurement, supply chain, import, export, logistics, customs, U.S. customs, bonded imports, like just I could do everything. Right now, I'm considered a major expert in my field, and my niche is the U.S. Customs and compliance.
So when you decided to start your entrepreneur journey and you were going through all of this, right now at this point in time in your life, and your mom's anniversary of her not being here is coming up, how do you feel right now and where you want to take your business and the people you want to work with?
So something very unique is happening to me right now, where it's considered a challenge and an opportunity at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended one project that I'm doing that I dedicated most of my time to, right? So it kind of leaves me in between, in a gray area. Now the gray area tends to freak me out because it doesn't secure income for 2026, right? So, but I've been exposed to just working the Art Basel in Miami, to expose to a lot of different people who are potential clients coming up for 2026. What I'm trying to say is that even though I've succumbed, homelessness, and I got back on track or whatever, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to have a period of hardship and figuring things out. You feel me?
Absolutely. Because I believe that whatever struggles you go through in life, it is to push you to another level.
Yes. It's like Donkey Kong. We gotta get
yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I was like Donkey Kong. You reach levels, you gotta fight the monster. Then you go to level 2, fight the monster, level 3. So right now,
we gotta fight the monsters. The shiny
if we look at Mario, you know what happens between each level. You have to fight the little monster to get level 2, level 3. And exactly. Now I'm coming towards the end of the year, and my monster is dealing with my mother's grief. And I've even when it happened, I remember just when I got the news that she passed away, I remember just waking up and telling it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I repeated that all the way till I got to the hospital, and I didn't even. I tried not to cry. It was like very like I held it in, right? And then this month has been so emotional with me. Anything could trigger me, whether it could be a candle smell. I find myself cooking things that my mom used to like to eat, so that I can eat it with her, because my mom taught me how to cook. So out of all my siblings, I'm the one that can replicate her meals the most. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'll make a stewed chicken with some papitas and some tostones and a garlic sauce. Yeah. Like this is what she would have wanted today. So that. And then the transition right now, where it is hard being an entrepreneur, because it's like you're dependent on your influx of clients and how the money's coming in. And then it even questions you, should I jump back into corporate America for something steady? But that's where you really have to tell yourself, don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. And I think that's where I'm at. I'm at the point where, I have to wake up and tell myself it's going to be okay, no matter what challenges are presented to me this month, whether it's me grieving for my mom or me trying to figure out my income situation for the next year or whatever the case may be. But I decided to go down this path, and I'm going to see it through. And even if that means if I lose everything again, because I'm committed to what I said I'm going to do. And it's not, so that's what you have to.
You were committed.
Yeah. So even if like I say, like I'm praying for the best, you know what I'm saying? But if I end up back flat on my feet or, I'm on the floor, then I already know like how to get back up, It's a temporary
Mm.
situation. So I can't have the fear of now just because my income, like, or my client, just that job ended, that I'm gonna, oh my God, I'm just gonna be out here. And I don't have that fear that I once had. Now if it happens to me, I know exactly how to get right back out of it and how to continue. I mean, not that I don't want to call that into my life right now, but
No, we're done with that. We're
it's
done with
a
that.
realistic conversation. I'm being realistic. You feel me?
Being
Because
being being realistic. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yes,
because
yes.
I could be like, sometimes I could power myself and I could motivate myself to a certain thing, but there's always that little, like, that's doubt and insecurity that I have to snap myself out of. That I'm like, bro, what am I saying? Like, if I'm talking positive 90%, there's always gonna be that 10% back of the head, like, oh my God, this is actually like,
Because this is something unfamiliar 100% for you, right?
exactly,
And
it's
anything that
uncomfortable.
you don't know and understand and that you haven't been through, everything then you're gonna question it, right? And you have to like try it and like, am I gonna go this? No, yes,
Yeah,
okay, let me go, right? But you have to do that, and if you don't do that, then your subconscious is constantly gonna put that doubt inside of you, right?
yes, yes.
But you gotta move forward. You can move forward with the doubt. The point is to keep moving forward and
Yeah,
not
just don't just
stand
it's
still.
okay to, yeah, because even when people tell you, oh, you have to think positive, you have to do this, we're humans, right? Like, we could keep that up for like, okay, so if you
A
got an
day.
hour in
You
front,
can keep that positivity for a day.
no, but check me out. We sometimes you got to go hour by hour. Be like, you know what? Like 55 minutes of this day was solid. It was that one phone call I got. Just threw it in the trash. I got to pick myself
Yeah,
back up.
throw
You know
it
what
all
I
away.
mean? Like,
Start
so
over.
because life is lifing, right? So,
Right.
like, if I'm being really realistic, I'm like, the major thing that impacted my life was the way I was thinking, is because I started just saying a lot of positive things. I started sounding like I'm lying and that I'm delusional. I would call things that I don't have, because I understand what the laws of attraction is. If I put it out into the
Mm.
universe and say that I want it, the whole universe is going to conspire to give it back to me. So what that looked like next to my friends and family was like, she's crazy, she's
You're
lying.
in La La Land.
Yeah, she's in La La Land. Now she's lost it, because now she's saying she's this, and this, and she's living out of her car. You know what I
and
mean?
and that's okay,
At
because
the time.
it's not, but reality, because I say that's okay because it's not their dream, it's not their goal, this is not their journey, it's yours, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a good saying that says, you focus on, the don't focus on the rearview mirror. Just keep looking forward. The,
Right.
the longer you keep looking back there, the longer you're gonna keep backing yourself up. So
You're going backwards, right? You're
yeah,
going
not only
backwards
that, but you
instead
gotta
of
be
forward.
focused. Yeah, because a lot of things that I've spoken to a lot of people. What holds them back is a thought, an idea that they had in the past that no longer is serving them in their present. But they hold
Mm-hmm.
on to that idea, and that becomes their identity in the present. So what I'm trying to say, it doesn't matter what mistake you did, because everything is forgivable, and then it's even murder is forgivable, in the eyes of God, if you
If you believe in God, right?
yeah, if
If
you
you believe in God,
apologize. No,
even murder is forgivable.
yeah, even murder is forgivable to a certain extent. But no, because I dealt with this myself. My father was hit by my dad passed away in 2012, right? And Mr. Sagadov, which I even know his name, he ran him over and then fled to Georgia. Ended up calling 911 instead of 411, got back, sent back to Miami, and then he turned out to be, this is crazy, part of the Russian mob, and he
Eileen,
disappeared.
you didn't tell me this. I
I
didn't know
know,
this.
because
Are you
I'm not
Celeste?
lying.
Good morning. Are you being for real right now?
I'm 100%. I'm being for real. So I had to. The guy disappeared. The guy disappeared. Sog it off. You Russian person, you're an ass. I'm sorry, I don't want to curse here, but he disappeared, right? And I had to either stay upset that he ran. I forgave him. I said, you know what, God's gonna deal with you.
So
Figure it
he
out.
did what to your dad?
So my dad was coming out of a Flanagan's right there on Aventura, right? And he was walking towards his car, and the guy was drunk driving. So he ran him over and dragged him about 17 feet. My dad ended up dying a month later of a cerebral hemorrhage because of the accident, right? So Mr. Sagatoff, fled, and you can Google this. Mr. Sagatoff fled and ended up in Georgia. Instead of calling 911, he called 411, and then they extradited him back to Aventura, and then he ended up leaving. And then the detective told me that he's part of the Russian mob. And I was like, damn. I was like, is this a movie? I was like,
is it a movie?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother segment.
That's a whole nother segment.
So, my God, Shilean.
So I was really hurt. I was like, bro, I'm daddy's little girl. You just took my, like, I'm literally.
Yeah.
So I really had to tell myself, you know what? God's gonna handle it, and He's gonna deal with it, and then really say that I'm forgive him. And the same thing goes with even my husband. I forgive him, or everything, because I don't have my ex-husband, big X on there.
Big X. Just make sure you mention the X. He's an X.
I forgive him, and that's the hard part. The hard part is to look somebody in the face, know that they could have broke you, and just say, you know what? God's going to deal with you, or whoever higher power you believe is going to deal with you, because I'm not going to waste any more time and effort trying to figure out why this happened to me. It's not my responsibility to figure out why this happened to me. It was given to me. I can handle it, and I'll keep it going. And that makes me sound crazy to some people, because I
don't know nobody out there that would be singing the song that you're singing, because some people hold grudges, and
yes.
I will never forgive him. I'll never forgive her for you name it. I will never forgive her for not showing up.
But why?
Minor things that are nowhere near what you just mentioned.
Yeah, I mentioned this is real life. You know what I'm saying? And if I could see past that, then we could all be good. And then that same year, my brother died in a car accident where he got hit by a flatbed tow truck. And then I had to convince my mom to forgive the kid that ran him over, because that really hurt my mom. It's my mom's first child. So, like,
did what happened with the truck driver?
Well, he ended up it was really an accident. So he ended up getting fined and stuff like that. But I don't even know. But like the fact that I told her, he didn't do it on purpose. He didn't fled the scene. Like, accidents happen every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes things happen that are so far out of control. But if you believe that God, or I believe, right? I believe that everything is happening on divine timing, and he needed to be snatched away at that moment. You know what I mean?
Shilean, you are saying things that people cannot conceive at this point in time. Like, a lot of people will be looking at you side eye. Girl, get the heck out of here. It was not my brother's time. It was not my mother's time. I need them here with me.
No, but that's your selfishness wanting that, because if you know that we live to die, and you know that that's the end goal, then don't be
living
upset.
on borrowed time.
Yes, we live on borrowed time. But also, I wake up with the idea in the morning that I got a good 16 hours ahead of me. And if I just focus on the 16 hours ahead of me and do the best I can in those 16 hours, my tomorrow ends up being a whole lot better than today, right? So understanding that me losing my mom is just, it was probably the extra fire that I needed to execute all the things I told her I was going to do. Because now that's all I wake up and I live for, to make sure that I get to that level where she expected me. It's because it gives me my personal satisfaction, not because I need to do it, but in the process of doing it, I'm helping a lot of people along the way. I'm meeting people, I'm giving them my love, and they don't need to understand, because with the more pain I have, the more love output that I have, because I have this empathy and I see things differently, if that makes sense. So my pain is not breaking me. My pain is developing me and growing me, so that I could stand in front of other people and be like, it's going to be fine, because I made it through X, Y, and Z. So now I'm here in front of you Like, it's gonna be fine. You
Telling
just,
you that you can make it out too.
yes, you can make it
You'll be
out too.
fine
Just
too.
smile. Yes, because find a way in the midst of the darkness to love yourself again. Or that's what I had to do. I had to find myself to say I love myself again, because I realized that my self-esteem was so low that anybody telling me that I'm pretty or anything would almost, like, I'll get this face. I was like, well, why are you trying to be nice? Like, it was
Like, what do
very,
you want from me? Like, what is it
yeah,
that
what
you're
do you
trying to
want
get?
from me? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, when in reality, it's okay to accept, accept, oh yeah, you are beautiful. And then now I look at myself and I was like, you know what? I'm definitely wonderfully made just for me. Okay. And that's
Yeah,
okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, right?
Like, I don't need to fit any other boxes. I don't need to tailor myself. Like, I'm getting older, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, my passion is radiating through the inside. And that's why
Hmm.
I'm 40 years old and still look like a kid and have this, like, I gotta hit the reset button. That's the only thing I could say.
Right,
And
right. Oh
yeah,
my goodness, Shailene, you're a bundle of hopefulness. There you go. Put
definitely.
that down. A bundle of hopefulness and empathy and every single thing that you've done. Sometimes people go through hardships and they allow it to make them harder. You know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah,
rough around the edges. They're, constantly look like something is wrong with them. Like, they're like always mad. And you made all the things that you went through so far in life, like, you softened and you still look at humanity with hopefulness. Like,
most
you
definitely.
have not
Yes.
given up, and you have not thrown in the towel, and you have not called every person around you, like, there's no point in surviving or living this life because your mom is not here, because that divorce did not work out, because how, for somebody, that's some people would say, I've been so kind and I'm such a positive person and I help every person that I can. Why, God? Why would you allow this to happen to me? This is what people say, right? Why
Yeah.
would you allow this to happen to me or them
So
to do that to me?
you're completely right. You're completely right. And it's the fact that I don't need to understand the why anymore. Because
Mm,
when I went to that space and I felt how beautiful the other side was, like, it's all like, I'm looking for something, forward to something even better on the other side. So if this is my challenge, then I could deal with this. And the idea behind this, to think about that we're in this big game, is to keep
yeah.
going. Don't quit. So if we're in a, if okay, take religion out of it, and if you think we're in some type of, like, game or something, just keep going. Don't give up. Jump back on there, keep going and keep pushing, and that's the only thing I have. Because no matter how hard it gets, no matter how I think about my mom, no matter how, like, everything's happening, I just say it's gonna be okay. That's the only thing I tell myself every single day. It's gonna be okay. And sometimes I cry after I say it's gonna be okay. And, I'm like,
Because you
ball,
need
like,
to do that
oh,
release, right? And
yeah,
if
I need
you
a release,
know that
because,
you
but
need
then
to
I
do
have,
that release, that body release, and that's what an emotion is. It's a emotion. It needs to be in motion, right? It's
yes,
an emotion. It's a motion. It needs to go through your body, and that going through your body, it allows you. That's the release of that cry, of that scream that you do, whatever it is that you need to get it out. In a healthy way, of course. That's what you need to do, right? Because you can't,
yes.
don't do it in a non-healthy way, for sure. But I love the fact that you went through, and for those that don't know, Shailene mentioned earlier, kind of, God hitting reset on her because she, during COVID, she flatlined, and when she came back out is when she said, she did everything on her bucket list, and she came back and she started to do things a little differently and how she showed up, and which helped her with her confidence and helped her with, being a little bit more self-aware, and her leadership skills, and seeing people and relationships, and kind of building and not tearing down, right?
Yes.
Building and not tearing down.
And then I also want, the main question a lot of people have is, like, how do I find my purpose, right? And
Hmm.
so your purpose is something you can easily do, that takes absolutely no effort on your part. And that could be drawing, that could be singing, that could be baking, that could
Yeah.
be, like, think of any other thing. That could be painting, you could be a constructor. So if you identify that you can do that with zero to no effort,
Yeah.
then that's part of your purpose right there. Now, how you show up for it, that's what makes the impact, because I know that I love the supply chain, right? I love logistics. I'm the person that buys like little tiny little boats and stickers and put it all over my notebook because I love that, right? But that's not the only thing I'm great at. I can cook, I'm hella charismatic. I could be an actress. So I have all of these things that I am
That
going to
make up who you are.
yeah,
That's
that
part
make
of
up
your
who I am.
character, right?
So this is my delivery to you. So not only do you get a global supply chain consultant, but you get a character as well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I might cook for you, what I'm saying, in one of our professional cook, sessions, because breaking bread is the greatest compliment of everything, what I'm saying. So I think that's what makes me happy. I think that's what's my purpose. My purpose is to come over here and just impact one person, even if it's one person in the most positive way. That makes me happy. I did something right, and I feel like the big man's keeping up score, and I'm you know,
Yes, he is.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yes, he is. So Shilean, as we're what, 30 minutes in,
yeah,
if not more, we're probably more because it's 9:20. When you think of the women, about the women you're becoming right now in moving into 2026, what are you calling in right now, and what are you like, I don't want no more of this? What are those two opposites?
Well, I think that I'm still developing right now, right? And I feel it because I'm like I said, I'm going through a shift as we speak.
Yeah.
I think I'm calling to myself 2026 is just to put myself out there, which I
Mhm.
haven't. I haven't fully, like,
There's
amongst my
more for you to
community.
do,
Yeah,
so much
yeah,
more.
amongst my community, yes, I'm known as Shilean, the logistical mastermind. But I wanna get out here and start a podcast. So this is one of my goals, right? And then when you
Get you
talk to
into this world.
and Dr. Dale is the one. I want to give this all to her because I've never jumped on anything like this prior to her inviting me on here. And she's made me feel so comfortable. And talking to her is so amazing because it feels like I'm just talking to her and not the whole entire world. Like, I know I'm live right now. I know there's a lot of people. I don't see the comments right now.
I don't put them all up there. I don't put them all out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
When
yeah.
I even miss them myself.
This really gave me the little push that I needed because I want to have some type of podcast where I'm cooking and inviting guests and talking about the supply chain and your entrepreneurship at the same time.
All the things.
I'll roll them
Why
into
can't you
one.
have it all? Why can't you?
Why
Why,
not? So
why
that's
can't
what
so you're calling in more of that,
I'm
right?
calling more exposure, more because if they don't know about me, how can I reach out and help somebody? It's not like I'm gonna knock on your door and be like, I'm here to help you. Like, who
If
are
they
you?
don't know about you, how you expect them to want to reach you? They don't know
Exactly.
you
Yes.
exist. You are the
Yeah.
best kept secret.
Yes. I you know what? It's about to start showing because Dr. Dale's at 65% of her on product being launched. It's gonna be launched next year. So we're working on
Is
Dr.
we're
Dale's
working
launching
on
her.
that, and I'm
Yes.
gonna do like the unboxing of it, like
Yes.
the whole. We'll show you the before one, the one that you recorded, the first one, and then we'll show you the one we have the actual products, because we kind of did
Yes.
it with products with, like, that look like the ones that I was putting in the box, and now we're gonna have like the actual ones, and we're gonna show you guys that. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yes. And so that's definitely gonna be fun, and we could definitely and I love videotaping her, so she's she's gonna have plenty of footage. She's gonna have plenty of footage, and then I just want to I think besides that goal, the other goal is get making more money, right? And I think that's a positive goal for anybody to have coming into the new year, So and what does that look like? That looks like through many different avenues of me providing import export services, logistical services, procurement services, and whatnot, and then continuing to grow and then just establish myself in my community a little bit more. So that's my goal for 2026.
So not only professional development, personal development.
Yes.
You said the first thing you said that you're still growing, and I
I'm
love that
still
you
growing.
said that, because some people think they have arrived.
No,
And
one thing is true, right? So money doesn't make you arrive. that definitely helps, but it
It
doesn't.
helps,
It
but it
definitely.
doesn't. What?
Yeah,
Why?
because
Why,
I can
Shilean?
give
Why?
anybody a bag of money and they'll just, you know, they'll gamble it off or whatever. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that is money is going to give me the freedom that I need to be able to help a lot more, to be more engaged in what I need to do. Because if I'm not thinking about money and my things are getting paid, then you're going to really get me at 100%. You know what I mean? So I think that that's what it is. I think that part about it, because there's a stigma between talking about money. You look selfish, you look greedy, or whatever. But in reality, money is what makes this world go around, and it's what makes things happen. So we have to be also realistic about that. And then I'm trying to build my relationship with money, which is a taboo subject in my household growing up, where I wasn't taught about
Mm.
finances or how to
You're
invest
breaking generational
or,
curses.
or savings or nothing like that. And then, being divorced and having it all on me has now given me a different aspect and look of money, where money is a tool that I need to be able to continue to live the life that I want to project in my life. You know what I mean? So to
Hmm.
get the level of freedom and stability that I need. So and that could be a whole different episode. You know what I mean?
It is. It
But
is.
yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. I'm still in the process. I'm still in the process, and it's okay to say that I'm not at 110%, but it's okay. I'm
Who
getting
can say that they're at 100% though? Like,
there. No,
even, I mean, the wisest man that ever lived, who was Solomon, but he did not, he did not have everything. Even him did not have it all figured out. So why would us, all right, why would we say that I have arrived, I've done it all, I've seen it all, this and that, and I know everything? And if you can say that, like the saying, the quote says, right, you're in the wrong room, right? You need to change the room that you're in, and there's so many other rooms out there.
there's plenty. There's plenty,
There's
and
so many other rooms out there. So
yes.
so that's what you're calling in. What is one or two things that you no longer want to be a part of your character and how you show up, Shilean? Like, what is it that you no longer want any of this in your life?
Well, that's the thing, is because that to me that question is a lot harder than
Why?
because I can't push anything away that's self-developing me, even if it's hurting me. So, like, to take
Mm,
anything away
what
will
a way to look at that, Shilean.
yeah, to take anything away will take out the outcome that it's supposed to be. So I can't call it out. um yeah, and then to think about a quote, which I did think about a quote,
What's your quote? What's your
all right.
quote?
So, a soul without a journey, well defined, will travel endlessly through the sands of time. Do you understand what it means? I'll break it down.
Yeah, break it down.
So we are all beings, right?
Yeah,
We if you find your purpose of living is so miraculously that you live it well, right?
100%.
Or you could just be just here with no purpose, complaining about everything, and then nothing ever moves for you because you never tried anything else. So that's what that means to
Mm,
me. And it could
yeah.
be interpreted in so many other different ways, but that's what I got from a soul without a journey will travel endlessly through the sands of time. Because when you pass and you didn't fulfill, you will be reborn again somewhere, somehow, because you didn't pass the test. So the test is to find out why you're here and live
Mm-hmm.
it on purpose.
Mm.
And I got the reset button. So because I got the reset, I'm coming full force and being unapologetically me, and however that looks like to people, because I understand now. My goal, my purpose here is not to make everyone happy. I'm never gonna do that. That's
Mm.
an unsustainable goal. I come here, and if
It's
I operate,
unsustainable.
yes, and if I operate with the best intentions, and I could give the best intentions, and operate with a good heart, then I've impacted one or two, three people. But and it doesn't mean that you have to linger. You can impact a person by just acknowledging their presence when you walk into a room. That's how
Mm.
minute the impact could be, but it could be something bigger, because you don't know. Like I said, like, I was that person that my mom passed away that day, and I remember sitting. I left there and I was sitting at a Starbucks, and I felt like I was so sad. But
Yeah.
people acknowledge me. So then it really got me out of myself. Where, you know what, this is only happening to me, and I don't have to live in this place. Like, it's okay to be sad that my mom died, but I can't stay here for long. I can't visit this room for long.
Mm.
This room is not here for staying. This room is to acknowledge and staying, pop in and out. But I don't live here. I live in what's happening around us, and it's the present, and you got to keep pushing. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say,
I need your tears.
darn, is it when I talk about my mom, it always
No,
festers.
it's fine because you're releasing something, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're releasing something, and then you are speaking your soul. You're sharing your soul
yeah.
with us, and that is gonna come back to you a thousand folds.
Amen. So yeah, so guys, just do you wake up tomorrow or wake up today, even if it's only 9:29. The rest of the day is still young. Get out there, do something nobody would expected you to do, even though if it looks stupid or it looks like, it doesn't even matter what at this point, if you operate where the only thing that matters is what you think, the noise cancels out, and you
Mm-hmm.
find yourself extremely happy. And that's what's been happening to me. I cancel out the noise, and I proceed as I'm the only person in this planet. I know that's crazy but if you have the ability to imagine, then you can create whatever you want.
Thank you, UBI Idol producer. Thank you for being here, you guys, and having this conversation with this wonderful friend guest of mine, Shilean Lopez. Shy, what is your TikTok account? What is it?
My
What is the
TikTok?
username? Your username?
Let me see. Okay, guys, know that my TikTok account is fooling me. So it just it's not my professional side, but it's Shiloh 85, and then my IG
Shiloh
is,
85. Shiloh
yeah,
85.
and then my IG is Mimi 2685. So you can see all my cooking on there because that's where I post all my cooking.
I love it.
But
I
if
love
you
it.
if
So
you really want to talk business with me and you're an entrepreneur and you want to get out here and get started,
and get your
um,
products out there.
yes,
Shilean is the person that you should
yes,
talk
the
to.
name of my company is called Shy Global Unlimited LLC, and you can reach me at my email, which is my first name Shilean Shilean at shy shy. I'm not shy though. Global.org.
None of this conversation has been shying. It's been very brave and courageous for you to come on here and share this. I do want to ask you one or two more questions, Shilean. What are you releasing in 2025?
Oof, a lot of self-doubt. A lot of
Mm.
self-doubt. Like I said, it's something even I could work on my positivity for 2 years of not how to say things, but self-doubt lingers in a lot of different areas, and it's kind of like even starting a podcast. I don't know why I haven't even started yet. All I got to do is just press play. I know somebody's going to listen. If anything, it'll be entertaining or funny. You know
All
what
the
I'm saying?
above, all the above, and
Yeah.
real and
So
vulnerable and honest.
yeah, because I have no fear to live what I call the reset. I'm living a reset. So to be authentically me at all costs, because
There you
there's
go. You
nothing to
got your
lose.
title for your podcast.
The reset.
Living a reset. Something
Yeah.
reset.
All
You
right.
put
Okay.
that down. I mean, that's a part of your title for your podcast. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Podcast is coming in 2026.
Dr. Dale's gonna be the first one on there because I need her to ask me questions.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So you're releasing self-doubt in 2025. What else are you releasing?
I think it's just self-doubt. I think that right there is the major thing that
Everything
has not.
stems from that.
Yeah, everything extends because if you don't feel like you're capable of doing something, you're not going to do it. And then in turns
Mm.
holds you up completely. So
Mhm.
It's definitely that. I'm working on that now. I'm in that transition point where I'm starting to put myself out there. I mean, look at this, for this being my first like second live now, and I just gave you all the transcript. I'm like, damn, I'm out here, you know.
Yeah, you're
So
out here. You're
yeah, I'm
all
out
out
here.
here.
Yes, so it's definitely gonna come from releasing self-doubt, because then that'll just propel me into where I'm supposed to and should have been thus far, and I've been holding myself up because just I don't think that nobody would watch. I don't think nobody would
No, who
listen.
cares about all that? Is I say
Exactly,
it all the
but
time. It's cathartic, right?
yes,
And it's for me. And I tell my husband all the time. I'm like, every time I go live, it's for me, because a lot of the things I talk about are things that I struggle with myself.
that's
Shocker.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's stuff that I struggle with in the past, or stuff that I'm going through right now. And it's stuff that I am trying to let go right now, right? And I don't want to do anymore. Shilean, another question for you. What are you allowing yourself to finally feel more of?
Ooh, I guess to take more love from people. Like, I've always been the output
Mm,
source, that sometimes it feels uncomfortable accepting kindness, if that makes sense. And it's only
yeah.
because I've only been on the outputting end, that when I get it back, it almost like, oh, it shocks me, it scares me. I was like, oh, you want to do that for me, for real? Like, what do I have to do? And
Yeah.
it's nothing. It's just that they want to just share their gratitude through maybe taking me to dinner, or just giving me a little gift, and then I'm immediately my mind goes like, what do I have to give you back for this? But it shouldn't be like that.
It
You
shouldn't
know
be
what I
like
mean?
that.
So yeah,
Oh,
so it's like
that's a good lesson, Shilean. That's a really good lesson.
thank you.
Accept the help from people, accept their gratitude. People are giving, they want to thank you for what you've done for them or what you have given them, and they want to appreciate that. And so they're simply reaching back out and saying, here's this, or here's
Yes,
some words of affirmation, and really let you know how much you have poured into them. And I, for one, I say it all the time, and I tell
it
you,
makes me cry. It makes me
and
cry
it's just
every
so
single time.
beautiful. Ah,
Thank you. You make me cry every single time. Dell sends me sometimes a random voice note. I literally, like, she did a couple of days ago. I had to pull over, and I literally like boohooed crying. Somebody was like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "She's so great. I don't even know what to reply to this." So because
you pulled over?
I pulled over. If you would have seen me, I pulled over. I was in the middle of Art Basel, and I was stuck in the traffic. I literally pulled over, and I listened to her voice note, and then I was like boo crying. And then there's a lot of people walking in the street, and then there's cops over here barricading the street. And then I guess when they saw me all flustered, they were like, "Oh, let her get a moment." They only knew it was happy tears. I was like, "Oh."
But
Like,
it is true, and
that's
I
what,
mean them, and I think that when you really tell people and let them know, because you have people in your life right now that you are not telling them that you love them, that I really am grateful for you in my life. You have poured into me in so many great ways. If you're thinking about that one person right now that you haven't even said thanks, go tell them thank you.
for real,
Go
yeah.
tell, like, really go tell people how grateful you are for all the things that you have done for them. And I tell my mom once, I'm like, I love you, right? Like, I'm the last one, and I'm the one that love you the most. I tell my husband all the time, when my, throughout the day, when my husband are chilling, I'm like, we pass by each other, I'm like, I love you, hey, hey, I really care about you, I really appreciate you doing that for me, or thank you so much for seeing me, or thank you so much for even just thinking about me, right? I'm like, oh, I don't
Exactly,
want that,
yes.
but thank you for thinking about me.
No, but that's literally what makes the difference right there, because you can literally uplift someone's whole entire spirits just by acknowledging their presence in your life at any capacity. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So there's that, and then now, I'm still growing, I'm still learning. I don't you know, I have the highest expectations for myself, but I'm not gonna be too
You're
hard on
gonna be
myself.
realistic, right? Because we're gonna have set smart goals, right?
Yeah,
Where it's gonna
yeah.
be specific, measurable, really.
No, it's true, but I think I fantasize, like, like I already see my look. I like to play this game in my head where I for 5 or 10 minutes, I meditate on what it would feel like receiving a certain thing
Oh,
that I
heck
want.
yes.
Or
Do that. That is manifestation
oh
and visualization at its best.
yeah, so I do a lot of that, and that comes from my mother because it doesn't cost. She always used to tell me when I was little, it doesn't cost anything to dream. So if I can sit in a corner and just dream, and literally that's what's been happening. I fantasize about the place that I'm living now, which is I am living. I fantasize about the type of career path that I wanted, and I'm stumbling on it, but it's happening. And then maybe when you talk to me in 5 years from now, I'm not in the process anymore, and then I'm there, and I'm like, you know
Not
what?
maybe,
Remember when I
you
told you that I was
will.
yeah,
You
when
will,
I will.
Shailene. It's a done deal. It's done. It's
Yes,
happening.
exactly.
I wanted to tell you, mentioned something just now about your mom. You said your mom always said that it doesn't cost a thing to dream. Put
Yes,
that down because that could be another name for your podcast, right, you guys? Right?
yes.
What do you
All
guys
right.
think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Shailene, another question. This is the last question for you. For the women who are people out there, men, women, children, little girls, little guys, who are scared to leave, to scared to start, scared to be seen. What would you tell them? What would you tell them today?
So the biggest fear is actually leaving. The biggest fear is actually doing. Once you're in the process, then that's when everything becomes easier because you're not the first person reinventing the wheel to be in the process. So at that point, you can literally turn and start getting mentors or people who are already doing it. But the most hardest thing to do anything, and I say this about weight loss, everything, is actually deciding that you're going to start and then doing it. It's that simple. There's no secret formula. You don't have to have a specific money. There's no budget. Like even when I say like I'm an entrepreneur's dream, because I have such an understanding of the process that I could start you off with no money or a very little to no capital, and then take you off out here and to become the next Amazon, and that's how I have a good understanding about it. So what I'm trying to say is all you have to do is start. And as simple as that sounds, it's as simple as that simple. There's no secret method to this. There's no secret nothing. You just start, and it's not gonna look pretty. It's gonna be stressful. It depends on what it is you're doing, but the idea here is to just don't quit. And if you can figure out how not to quit, then you're right along here with me on this side, because even though I've continued to come through different hurdles, because even when I just started, I passed the homeless stage. I was able to receive a little bit more money. Then now I'm going through a situation where, one of my contracts ended. So now I got to figure out myself again. And the questions there is like,
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
So what I want to motivate anybody is to just start. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be if you're a baker, start baking from your house. There's this thing called the cottage law that allows you to sell stuff out of your house. So you could do that unless you're making under 250K. So put that there and look at what state you're in.
Yeah.
So like there's little different things you could start if you really want to jump onto your entrepreneurship, but it's the wanting though. Nobody can have the wanting for you. So I think that's what it is.
100%.
Yeah. And then I think, I mean, because if you keep me on it, we could go on for hours.
No, I think we're done here, you guys. So this was another glimpse of growth with Dr. Dale. My computer, I guess, is down. It needs to be locked down. So I'm gonna lock it down, you guys. Thank you so much for being here with another glimpse of growth. Thank you, Shailene, for this opportunity. This is part 1. We have to do part 2 and part 3. I just want you to know that, okay? We're gonna do part 2 and part 3, and we're gonna go from there. So thank you guys for being on this conversation with another glimpse of growth with Dr. Dale. Shilean Lopez, this is part 1. We'll see her again next year, or probably next week. You probably come on and chat with me. Get ready for Christmas. And thank you, Shilean.
Yes, thank you. Bye, guys. It was a pleasure, and hopefully, I get to hear from you guys listening out there.
Yes.
Yes, Dr.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Dell.
a lot of shorts and kind of reshare all of the stuff, and we kind of go from there. Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
Love it.
Bye.
Love it. Charlene, I'll call you in a bit.
All right. Great. Thank you. How do we do this?